I'm running the most powerful Arrma Limitless that I have ever built in the history of this channel. I really don't want to run Megalodon on 16S ever again. This is just incredible. Look at this squid of a connector. Now we have 4, 8, 12, 16S, 4 plugs. I've never done this in my life. We're also gonna set a road record. The fastest speed we have seen on this road is going to get shattered today. But is it really worth crashing this $3,000 Arrma Limitless? Whoa. Welcome back to Innovation RC, guys. I've never wanted this. They want me to test this, and 16S has never actually been on my bucket list. It's honest to God, in the RC world, that's stupid power. We're talking about like e-bike or e-scooter voltage to move a human around for 20-30 miles. I hope the diffs hold up. I hope the tires don't blow. I hope my eyebrows stay on and they don't fly off. Now, the biggest thing that I did change on this car, obviously, is the ESC. We originally had a Castle Cobra 5 high voltage, in which there was nothing wrong with that ESC. But XC saw the video of Megalodon and they were wondering how 16S would hold up in this poor car. We're gonna see what Megalodon can do, not just on 12, but also 16S with the E3H high voltage ESC. Now, this ESC has a bunch of pretty cool features. It's censored. Everything on here is metal. It's got a fan on the top, a fan underneath as well that you guys can't see. This ESC is so big we can't even run the stock body. It just won't fit. It's impossible. 12S is already pushing space enough, let alone another 2 batteries and a almost twice as big ESC inside this thing. And real quick, if you guys haven't seen Innovation RC on Instagram, we'll have pictures, videos, and teasers before it launches here on YouTube, so make sure you check that out. This is just ridiculous. Look at this series connection that I had to do in order to run 16S here. Now we have 4, 8, 12, 16S, 4 plugs. I've never done this in my life or career with RC anything. This is a quad series connection, and in which it's going to make 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries in series. Now, up first, what we are going to be running is a cool easy 12S, which means we're going to be running 2 batteries total. And there's 4 connectors on the car. Thankfully, we have literally 2 series loops, and yeah, because we're not going to be using all 4 to run 12S. But once we run 16S up next after the warm up, we don't need these series loops anymore because we're using all 4 connectors on the ESC over here. And if you guys also want to see how I soldered this, I actually have a video soldering this exact ESC with these exact connectors, and I'll have the link right up there if you're curious about soldering big stuff. I'm not sure with what tire to run. This is not the longest road that we're out here today. I've done at most about 130 miles an hour. Now, I know for a fact these tires over here, they're foam tires. They're made for speed running cars, this and that, and I've gone over 160 miles an hour with these tires. Now, I know that those will handle up to the RPM, but will they be able to give Megalodon traction? I mean, there's a lot of torque and power that's being put to every single tire. Now, the last thing I want to do is like slightly blip the throttle at speed and the rear end wants to catch loose. And if I actually have a decent amount of traction with them, we'll run these while running it on 16S. Now, I know for a fact that GRPs are going to give me more grip and traction, but it's a rubber tire, and I know that they're good for maybe 120 and change. Anything else after that's a gamble. The car will track a little bit better only because we're going to have a little bit more grip, and I know that for a fact with GRPs. Anyway, we're going to first run the foam, and then we're also going to do the GRPs after. I just want to make sure I'm comfortable with running this amount of power. So I'm going to actually put these on, and we're going to see how it feels on the warm-up 12S pass, because we're running 12S first with Megalodon because that's what he normally runs just to play around and bash with. And no, he doesn't even get hot on 12S. Now, here we go. We are all zeroed out. Turning it on might help. Gonna do this little song and dance. Here we go. Oh, can we make it? Oh, barely. Come on. There's like no steering in them. Here he goes. Megalodon on 12. To get as much distance as I can before hitting the barriers over there. Here we go, Megalodon on 12. Whoa, rear end got really loose. There he is. He's doing his fair share of off-roading here. Nice. All right, so we can drive him back. Let's see what that was before the rear end caught loose. 91. Yeah, that's not optimal at all, but rear end was breaking loose, at least with these tires. Really can't do much. I do have a set of GRPs, so I guess we'll try that. All right, so here we go. We're all zeroed out, and now we're gonna be running Megalodon on GRPs. They're brand spanking new, so I'm probably gonna drive around just a short bit just to wear them in, but this is still 12S. I didn't top the batteries off or cool anything else off. We are all clear. Here comes Megalodon on 12S for the third time. Much better. Yeah, we were definitely able to get full throttle. All right, now here we are. I want to just check the temps real quick. 100 degrees flat, 97, 97, 98. Everything is just at about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see what speed we got. 105. Yeah, now that's actually pretty damn good. 105 mile an hour basher that never gets hot. And keep in mind, it's pretty hot out here in Florida. Anyway, now we're gonna hit this thing up with 16S. This is gonna be the most power that I've ever ran. Now, there's going to be a fair trade-off. Either I want traction and it's gonna be a safer pass, or I have less traction and a higher, or let's say a lesser percentage of a blowout rate, but the rear end always gets squiggly, and that was only on 12S. Now we're going to run 4, 8, 12, 16S. In my whole RC career, I've never ever ran 16S. So we're about to experience this. All right, here we go. Megalodon is all zeroed out on 16S. We're gonna hope that we have no range issues. Let's see what he's got. Oh my God. That's barely tapping the throttle. Barely, barely. All right, we are all turned around. Megalodon on 16S. Here we come. Oh! Oh, that's a big blowout. Yeah, batteries are going everywhere. Oh my God. I knew for a fact that we would blow out. And unfortunately, there's no body on it, so I can really assume that the ESC is done. I can guarantee that right now. Right in front of the Popo. But they're cool, I believe they're just watching. Oh my God, absolute destruction. I don't think that's from it. Here's a part of the winglet. God darn. Oh my God. Oh, and here's the belt. I knew for a fact we would blow it, but there was no way that we'd be able to get this, any kind of traction, even on, even with the foam tires. Batteries scored. Battery is scored too. Oh my God. Oh, well, at least the back batteries didn't eject. 131 miles an hour. That is actually the fastest I've ever been on this road. Literally the fastest I've ever been on this road. And the car was still pulling. This thing registered 131. It was probably doing a little bit more than that, like 132, 133. So I'm honestly not even disappointed. I didn't even expect to break over 130 today. The previous best was 130 on the dot. Okay, so 70s. The heat sinks are much cooler. Motor's not even 80 degrees, which is really impressive. 75, 77 degrees. Wow. Oh, let's see the ESC. 60s. Gosh darn it, it's like 80 degrees out here in Florida. I'm really surprised. This actually isn't too bad of a crash. It really isn't. Oh, well, we can't run censored anymore. That's the little sensor wire that, yep, there it is. Sensor wire broke. but you can still run this thing sensorless. I'm really surprised that the tires even held past 120. And yes, I know for a fact that the foam tires would have held up to this speed, but I would have let off a lot earlier. I was going to make the rear end get loose. So there was no way that I was going to achieve 130 plus miles an hour on this road with foam tires. There's just no way. It's not long enough in order to get the proper downforce. All right, guys, this ESC is really no joke. I thought it probably would have cut off, but no, we need a damn runway already, I'm telling you. All right, guys, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more. I appreciate every single one of you watching. And also XC Technology, I appreciate you sending me out the ESC, although the price of the ESC isn't really gonna compensate the damage, but nonetheless, the ESC kicks ass. It's a wicked ESC, and I need something bigger to put it in because I really don't wanna run Megalodon on 16S ever again. All right, guys, so I appreciate you watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more, and stay tuned for more ridiculously overpowered tests. All right, guys, so as always, make sure you stay safe and have a good one.